and Banner Podcast. What up? Welcome to Brews and Banner Podcast. I'm your host, Rob G. And with me, as always, is the Legendary Brew Crew. What up, fellas?
I was reading this weekend.
Mama.
Nah, it doesn't taste like dirt.
My name is Lou Belgium, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm wondering.
Does Delaware have an actual culture? This is the podcast that we talk about beer, but we also talk about a lot of things that's happening in the world, politics, movies, anything really that comes to our mind while we're here sampling these brews. Grab a drink and pull up a chair.
Ooh, we love you, Brews and Banter Podcast.
Yo, why it sound so low?
I never hear it anyway, so.
Oh, but I can't hear it right now. It sounds like Robert playing it off his phone.
Yeah.
Cell phone party.
Hey. Party over here.
Yeah, and I'm not. It's just probably because I can hear it clearly. I don't know. I don't know why, because it's through the box. All right. What up? Welcome to Bruising Banter Podcast, where the topic is rocking in the brew. Well, that be the fuel. And I'm your host, Rob G, and with me, as always, the Legendary Brew Crew. What's going on, ladies and gents?
Hi.
Hey. How y'all doing?
Hey, everyone.
See, I had to wait a beat. Let me wait a beat. Make sure everybody hear me.
I'm here.
Everyone. Hi. It's me.
Hey, guys.
Hi, Shayla. Good morning.
This is episode 245 of Bruising Banter Podcast. If this is your first time, who is doing all that moving on the mic?
That thing sounds crazy.
I was trying to open my beer. It was getting a little hectic over here. My bad. I'm sorry. I'm muted now.
What is happening?
This is episode 245 of Brews and Banter Podcast. If this is your first time joining us, thank you.
We're sorry
for coming.
Because this is not a good intro for your first time.
Tomato. They might like it. They might
Just right up the intro alley. This is
a little bit.
This is good.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't love a drum beat in the beginning of the
Yeah,
or
absolutely.
Whatever
I was doing back there. Yeah.
Can we moving furniture around here?
Sometimes we gotta. Yeah. I was multitasking.
Right. But we do have our special guest host with us today, Shayla, Mom's That Beer. If you don't know, so thank you for being our guest host today.
Thank you for having me.
This is awkward. I'm sorry.
What's awkward?
I can't hear the claps. I like to hear the claps.
Oh, you can't hear the claps?
That's okay.
Oh,
They're
you'll
there.
hear them in post. Yeah, you'll hear them in post.
In your head. Yeah.
Shut up, Shayla.
Yeah,
Okay, so quick question. Who did your drop for the We Love You Brews and Banter? Who did that?
You'll never know.
Did one of you do it and then change the voice of it or something?
Maybe that happened. Maybe it didn't.
It wasn't me. I can tell you that.
That person's anonymous.
Was it AI? No, okay, never mind. Keep the secret. It was cool.
It was you.
Compliment, but
it was you. We took your voice.
Oh, we chopped it up.
Wouldn't that be something? I don't think I sound like that though. I don't even chopped up and fixed. I don't know if I could sound like that.
Why not? It's just a woman's voice. What's the problem? Why you can't? Is your voice deep?
No, I don't think I could say that without laughing.
Oh.
Huh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Not in a bad.
Yo, you heard
taking that as a bad thing.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll take that.
Right.
Yeah. Grand opening, grand closing. Yep. Appreciate you.
Come on. She is out of
here.
here.
The rest of your day sitting in that damn room with your stupid little futon in here.
Jesus. Thank you, Shayla. Appreciate you.
Yeah, I couldn't have been
Right,
serious.
that's what I'm thinking.
Oh, you want to just move on? You want to move on?
All right. Before we get into all of it, we always like to know what everybody is drinking also. What are we drinking today? Hey, and Shayla, what are you drinking today?
So I'm on the West Coast, and it's 10 a.m. my time. So not too early to start drinking, but maybe I'm trying to ease into my day. So I'm having a manmosa.
A manmosa.
A manmosa, which is essentially beer and orange juice and a couple ounces of triple sec. But for my beer, I'm using People's Republic of South Central, Black is Beautiful, Volume 2, their hazy IPA.
Nice.
Okay.
Cheers.
I wonder why they call it a manmosa, because it's not like they call it a womosa. That's not a womosa, though. They don't call it a womosa.
I think I'm
a mimosa.
Triple second that, but it's good.
You put too much in there?
I'll call it a meal.
And you put triple, you said, so it's triple sec, beer,
and orange juice.
And orange juice?
Mm-hmm.
You might be drunk beer.
I was just trying to like cut the beer a little bit and just, have a little juice in there.
Yeah. I got you.
Beer cocktails are the shit. I like that.
Yeah, they are. They are. I'm not mad at them. All right.
What is what's the ABV on the hazy though?
That's a good question. 7%.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. And I have another question. Since it's a cocktail, what are the ratios that you did with your beer, the orange juice, the triple sec?
I said like this.
Okay.
One dump, two dump.
A little spray of the orange juice. No, I'm joking. Another one of the orange juice, and then the rest I filled up with beer. And then I have like more beer left, so as I drink down, I'll add more beer. And
Okay.
I believe
perfect.
I don't be measuring over here. You just like kind of go with what the ancestors tell you. And when they tell you to stop, then you stop.
Got you.
Nobody
measures. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. All right, Lou, what you drinking on?
I went to Brickworks down in Smyrna, Delaware, and I got their what's this called? Chocolate covered pretzel stout. Thanks, Ron. This is pretty good, man. This is really delicious. Let me read some things off the can. Like I said, Brickworks Brewing and Eats. It's a chocolate covered pretzel stout. I mean, seriously, is there really anything better than a chocolate covered pretzel? We didn't think so either. Enjoy this chocolate pretzel stout as it's in all its good and pretzel goodness. Brickworks is in Long Neck, Millsboro, Delaware, and also in Smyrna. This is what it looks like, real nice and dark. And it's delicious, man. It tastes real good. It's a it's 9.5.
Yep.
I didn't know that. I get like hints of salt in the smell, not in the taste. I don't get any pretzel in the taste, but it's heavy, like a chocolate bomb. It's really a heavy chocolate. If you like chocolate stouts, if you like coffee stouts, don't drink this one because this ain't coffee at all. This is delicious though. I like it. Good job, Ron. Pass me another. Sorry.
Yeah. Yo, it's funny because when he was reading it reminded me of Dora the Explorer, how she be like, used to ask you, where we're going next, and then take that pause, like give you time to answer. You know where we're going next?
Oh man, that's almost an honor. I appreciate that. I'll take that.
So what's better than chocolate covered pretzels? Nothing.
People be like, apples, oranges. Like, no, the answer is nothing. That's funny. Also, this is part of Brickworks' graffiti series. So I assume that means that they're going to have more artwork like this on their cans going forward or before. But this is part of the Brickworks graffiti series and a collection of beguiling brews to push the limits on establishing craft beer styles.
Yeah, because that is a reimagined can for that particular beer, and I think the hazy that they did, the hazy that they had the same graffiti style. All right, yo, what you drinking on, Master of Bader?
So today, what the fuck? Yo, man, you didn't have this.
You wrote it. Why you wrote it? You weren't expecting somebody to say it. Jesus. You made the joke, and now he says the joke. You can't handle the joke.
It threw me off. It threw me off.
Jesus.
Yo, but I grabbed the joint from Dewey Beer Co. I think I had it on here before, but it's the Thrills Winter Colada with Drecker. You see the little Drecker sign on there.
Mhm.
So, but it's crazy. I didn't notice that it was with Drecker last time I drank it, but after Lou had all them Dreckers, that's what made me even say, "Oh, Drecker, here we are." So you know they got the same type of like fruited sour vibe going on. But this one is Winter Colada. I mean, I didn't read the can. I ain't gonna lie, but it's carrot cake, orange, cherry, lemon, and coconut, and it's a
I remember that.
5.25% fruit smoothie beer, and this is what the joint looked like in the glass. And this is one of our little glasses, but it's thick.
Is that what color is that?
That's what I was gonna say. I don't know what color this is. Is it like a
purple red or something? Or?
I was thinking it was going to be orange when he was explaining. I thought it was going to be orange, but not at all. Not
is there lactose in that?
I'm gonna say yeah, but it doesn't say on here. But I would say normally they put that it is, so maybe it's not. But it looks like it is, but it's really thick. And but I guess that's the cherry kind of covering like once you mix a cherry with everything else, it may give you that color.
Yeah,
that's what I'm assuming because it's kind of red but light, not so. But it's delicious. I drank a lot of heavy shit yesterday, so I just thought today I had something sweet. So here we are with that.
Cheers,
smoothie.
Man. That was.
But I will always pass me another of Dewey Beer Co. shit anyway.
Yeah, I think we had that on tap, didn't we? At Dewey.
We may have.
We went down there a couple weeks ago. Yeah. That looks delicious. That looks so good.
It is so good. It's so good.
Yeah.
Robert,
it was good. I mean, I didn't understand the winter lager and the carrot cake thing. I didn't understand that where that correlated.
Why the carrot cake came in there?
Yeah, like I don't
like.
It's like
because
carrot cake
called
a
a
winter. Maybe because of the spices that are in carrot cake. That would give a wintry feel, I guess. I'm assuming.
I'll ride with that. That sounds good.
What flavors stand out to you? Like it seems like it's too many ingredients.
It's very. You know what? I could taste the coconut, and you could taste the lime because it gives you that little soury taste to it. But that's really, I mean,
you mix the lime with the coconut.
That's the most.
Coconut like always overpowers everything.
Yeah.
And it's weird that you said that the cherry coloring overpowers. Do you taste any cherry of at all? So it's just the color.
Nah, and you can get the carrot cake flavor too because it kind of gives you that like the spices what Rob was talking about.
It kind of looks like the color of a carrot cake slightly, like without if you took away the brown of a carrot cake.
What? That's the colorless cake, brother.
No.
Take away the brown. Take away the brown for the carrot cake. What color do you have?
You got that whatever's in that glass that Yoda's holding. That's what the color is. Take away the color. Take away that. Jesus.
Okay.
Thanks, Yoda.
Anyway,
moving on.
What you got?
I actually got. I think Lou gave me this. This is from Elder Pines.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I love that place. I've been there.
Oh yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. It's the smoked Hellas lager. The grist is Beechwood smoked barley and oak smoked.
Yo, let me stop you right there. Can I stop you right there real quick? Do you have the ESB, or do you have it, Yoda?
I don't know.
Because I gave y'all each one, and I think I gave you the ESB. I meant to give you the ESB, Rob.
I think Rob do got it.
Okay, continue on. Yeah, I don't know how y'all divvied them up once I gave it to you, but
all these fucking beers.
I just know for a fact Elder Pine had an ESB, and you rarely see them in cans. So when I saw it, I had meant to get that for Rob because I know he likes ESBs. But now you open in the Hellas, I was like, let me stop you right there and ask if you even got the ESB. But continue on.
Don't know.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter.
It's called M. I don't even know how you pronounce that. Impurmatic. I don't know if that's the right word, but that's the name of the beer. It has says hops. It's a lager with Lapsang Shoshong, I guess, which means smoked black tea. So it's smoked with a black tea. So it's 5.5% ABV. It's there you go. There's the color. Nice, clear, see through. It's definitely smoked.
Refreshing.
It is a shrimp on a Barbie. It's definitely a smoked.
Is it?
Smoked flavor, smoked taste. Yeah, it's a lot of smoke.
I could cook with that joint.
Yeah, you definitely can cook with it. It's good though. I mean, if you are into
that
smoke,
bitch.
I mean, smoked beers normally people land on they either hate them or love them type of thing. So if you like smoked beers, then you'll definitely enjoy this smoked lager. I like smoked beers, especially in different styles that you didn't expect. Like I had a smoked Marzen one time that was amazing. So shout out to Elder Pine. I'm gonna pass me another.
Okay.
All right. I'm glad everybody has something great to drink, and we're 16 minutes in, 16 and a half minutes in, and get down to the topics of the day, or the week, or the month, or the year, or the decade, or the century. Sorry. I can't go any further. What's that?
Millennia.
Century. Millennia? Okay.
Yeah.
Or the millennia. But we're going to start with what's been killing my feed. What's not working for you? The millennia? What's working? I mean, what's going on? We have... was he talking to me or was he talking to somebody?
I don't know who he was talking to. I think he wasn't talking to us. I have no idea. No, he's not going to speak on it? All right. Mute his mic for a little bit.
All right. But what's been killing my feed ever since he dropped it on, I guess, midnight on Friday or Friday, I guess. J. Cole responded to Kendrick Lamar, and now everybody is debating who did it better. I might be biased because I'm a J. Cole fan. Even though I agree with some of the points that people made, the beat is kind of trash. Like he could have picked a better beat, but lyrically, I think he gave you more than just not forget the big three. The big me. He gave you more in his response.
I think Kendrick Lamar's was too confusing.
Somebody made a joke about that. It was like, I don't do math like 4, 5, 4, 7. He was like, no, just tell me exactly why you dissing me.
I don't even get it. I didn't know it was a diss until like people started talking about it.
So I didn't hear J. Cole's response yet. What's it called? Is it the Might Delete Later one?
It's
it's on that album. Yes,
it's on
that's
that
the last
album.
track on. It's the last track on that album.
7 minute drill?
Yeah, that. Yeah,
Okay.
but
yeah.
Which is weird because it ain't 7 minutes long.
No, that's what when I first saw it, I thought it was gonna be 7 minutes, but then I was like, oh well, I don't know. But I think he touched on a lot of things. I think he talked about that to pimp a butterfly was a snooze fest, and but people gassed it up. That's why I won all the Grammys and stuff like that. And
I mean, ain't that what people do with a lot of like good artists albums though? Because even if they have a trashy one, if they like one of the top artists, they're not going to talk about it that bad. They're still going to make it sound like it's a good album. Right. Jay-Z had some bad albums, but people still like them.
All right. Yeah, true. I mean, I like To Pimp a Butterfly. All-Right came off of To Pimp a Butterfly. So, I mean, people still rocking that joint. I mean, that might be the... it's only like, I think, but I can be fair, I think I like maybe 3 songs off that album. I think maybe 4 off that album. But people think that's a great album, and they don't think Cole has had a great album, I guess. But I think Born Center actually was a great album. I think people sleep on Born Center. I think Born Center was a quality album.
I think they
But,
both had
honestly,
they
the
both
crazy
had
part,
good albums.
yeah, and the thing is that I I guess I can say they both had good albums. I never listened to a whole album of neither one of them.
Me either. I listen to like whatever Spotify saves into my account that it
Right.
thinks, you know,
Yeah,
that I
Yeah,
would be
yeah.
into, is what I listen to. I think it's just hard to have like from track 1 to 12 or whatever, like of bangers. Like
Yeah,
no
and
one's really
yeah,
doing
yeah.
that
That is hard.
and
anymore.
times have changed. Like it's not
Yeah,
like people just dropping so many singles and EPs.
exactly.
They're not dropping like hour and a half pieces of art anymore. It's just like, can I get in, get out?
And now
But
it's all about like what's going to be that quick 15 to 30 seconds that
yeah,
someone's going to like use that's going to
hmm
make the song go viral.
right. And a lot of
and,
artists are looking for 30
and
seconds
that's kind of what,
worth of
Exactly.
play for sure.
and, and I think that's why people responded more to Kendrick, because Kendrick only gave you a verse off of somebody else's track. Like
Right.
they say, he always shoots violence on other people's records, and then he be giving you poetry on his joints. He's like, I'm going
Right.
here and this you over there.
Yeah. But I think that's part of his whole thing. Like how Yoda said, he don't really understand Kendrick. Like he don't be having time to dissect everything that he's talking about. And it's true. He's on a higher level of rapping. And I do think what you said is true, Rob. Like he'll be on a feature and just try to destroy the industry with the feature. But with his projects, they're his projects, and he don't want to like necessarily taint them with anything not necessarily negative, but anything that doesn't involve what he wants to accomplish with his personal project.
Or that
But if
nigga
somebody
just feel
say
like he
just
in
get
the space base.
that could
He
be
feel
too.
like,
Yeah. Like I can say what I want. I'm in the same. Yeah. But I gotta be.
He feel like,
I gotta be a boxer now. Like I gotta come out swinging, and them motherfuckers threw some shots at me. Let me just throw the whole bullet, all the bullets at them. But
So who started it?
Drake.
I think it goes back for a while, but Drake, I mean, when he
I
responded,
think the media started it, didn't they? Because they always like this generation's rappers. Those are the three most popular and most artistic and lyrical
Right.
for whatever you want to say. Like Drake sells the most, Kendrick is the most lyrical, but J Cole make you think a little bit. Kendrick make you like they all have their own thing that makes them the top right now. And for this generation too, I think they are the best. So I think the media did it, and now it's just a matter of or us as fans, because it is only how many of them is it? How many of the best rappers for this new generation that's coming up? And like both all three of them is kind of like at the end.
Oh, right.
Yeah, like they all in their 30s, almost 40. You know what I mean? So like that their era is almost over.
That's true.
Right.
But for their era, I think though, like the last 15 years, besides Lil Wayne, like they dropped the most heat. They sell the most. It seems like to me. I wouldn't know from like looking at Billboard or some shit like that, but
Yeah. Well, so everybody is waiting on the Canadian to respond.
I don't think he's going to.
I don't think he will. He might do a
think so
cryptic
either.
post here.
let me
and there.
I think
can
he
I ask y'all,
should.
can I ask y'all a question? Do we agree that Drake has a group of writers, right?
Well, yeah, 100%.
But do
Probably.
Cole and Kendrick? Because
think
I don't know
every
if they do.
rapper does.
You said you think every rapper
I
does?
think so.
I think that like it depends on what you call a group of writers, because at the end of the day, Drake does different genres of music. So he may have a group of writers, but all of them ain't for writing rap shit.
Right. I'm on the side of maybe you should have a group of writers, because then you end up like
I think
a
you should
Tyler
too.
Perry, or then you end up like Tyler Perry, where you written, write, direct, and
The
produce.
same
You'd be
thing.
like,
Yeah.
what the
Oh, it's the same. So now you got 13 Medea movies. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
right.
all pretty much the same thing.
All right, I want somebody to say, yo, that verse right there, take that out. That was kind of whack, son. I need somebody to go, but maybe spice it up with this. I need somebody to go in there and help me.
Yeah,
make
I
a better
listened to
record.
this. I listened to this clip where I think it was Eric Sherman, and he was talking about like that's how Dr. Dre does it. Like Dr. Dre's like he takes credit for the writing, but they literally make the beat, and he goes in there and tells his writers like, "This is what I want," and they'll write. And then they just go line for line and make the song. He was like, it may be like 6 lines from this dude and 7 lines from this dude and a couple bars from this guy, but it all comes together and makes a song. He's like, I never seen nothing like that. He was like, it changed my whole style of writing. Like, fuck just writing the hook and the bars and just be done with it. Like, you gotta really compose.
Yo,
So,
really, sometimes how I look at the shit too is that like I could, if I'm a good writer, right, I can write the lyrics that say, yeah, I'm hopping out this Benz or Bentley, whatever type situation, got all these women. If I rap it, niggas gonna be like telling me shut the fuck up because they know me and they know I don't have this. But if I get at the Drake and he says it, then it's believable and it's like relatable because they're like, oh, this Drake, we know he got money, not knowing that a nigga that's sitting in his 2-story home actually wrote
that. Yeah, wrote that.
I mean, ghostwriting is not like a new thing. Like Ice Cube wrote for Eazy-E. Like Eazy did not write his stuff. That's just like I think that there's always like there's a machine behind it. Like it's not just like the one person doing A to Z. Now, obviously, there's like proteges that are like very talented in different ways and can compose and write and do all these things. But ultimately, I feel like there's a team and people that like have their pulse on or hand on the pulse of the streets, whatever the saying goes or terminology goes, with like knows that street life type of thing where they can add that element into it and like make it feel relatable. But
you sound like somebody's grandma right now.
What'd you say?
You sound like someone's grandma right now explaining rap.
Wow. A grandma?
Wow. A grandma, that was for you saying, oh, I wouldn't have been able to say that without laughing.
Right.
Got you back. Thanks, Granny.
I agree. I do. It did sound old as hell, Shayla, but I do agree with you. And you do make
rap
sense.
Is 50 years old. I mean, like.
That's true, Grandma. Yeah, that's right.
And I'm sure. I'm sure rap, hip hop, or rap purists would disagree. They'd be like, I don't know. You got to write every line.
Yeah.
But nowadays, most people care about is it a good song?
Yeah.
Can I bop to this? Yeah.
Right.
Yo, Cardi B got some of the best lyrics, and I don't think I don't think everybody can deliver them the same way that Cardi B can.
Right.
Like
that's a fact too. Like like you said, like the writer don't have the money to have a Beamer or a Benz, but he can give it to Drake. I think that the writer also don't have the delivery, but he got the lyrics.
Right.
But Drake and Kendrick or whoever that's taking the lyrics.
Like, Hollywood is so superficial, and that goes for songwriting too. There's amazing, talented singer-songwriters that don't have the quote unquote Hollywood look. And so they're writing for a Rihanna, they're writing for a Beyonce, like somebody who has a completer package or whatever.
Right.
Right.
The boy who was writing for Drake, he got songs out, but they trash because like even though you can sit back and listen and hear Drake's voice over most of them, but like because he delivers them differently, they're like trash songs. Nobody even really pays them any mind.
And didn't people always say? And I don't know if this ever was proven, but like what is it? Wallow? I mean, is it Gilly? Is it Gilly or Wallow? Gilly helped transform Lil Wayne.
So this is what I heard. I heard Gilly ghost wrote for Lil Wayne up until like he started dropping mixtapes, and then the contract was severed, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm better than you are, Gilly. I'm gonna just drop all these mixtapes," and it kind of stopped right there. So it's like the old school Wayne, like bling bling Wayne versus the alien Wayne is Gilly versus actual Wayne.
But see,
did it get better because he told him how? Right. Did he give him
he might have gave him that boost, and then he's like, "Oh shit, I like it this way. Let me start writing my shit like that." And so then he went from there.
Never know.
I don't feel like there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Huh.
I just think like the bravado of rap, like Rob said, it always tells us the history of it tells us that you gotta write your own raps and you gotta have the total package. But nowadays, as it evolves, we realize that you don't. Like the actual artist, that he or she has to have the total package. But that means I got writers behind me and I got publicists and all these other people behind me. Where back in the early rap, it probably was just the artist making his own rhymes.
Right.
So it's just evolution. Just evolution.
And it's like you said about Cardi B, it's about the inflection, her voice quality. Like a lot of times, it's just like who got a unique voice and how they inflect certain words and how they make them work. I mean, because a lot of people were like, they probably say, "Oh, Raekwon is better," but Method Man had the voice that
package. He had the package.
That rock
hard. Like he Method Man voice.
Yeah. So it's like and that goes like and it goes in everything. Bob Dylan can't sing a lick, but he was one of the greatest storytelling music
That's true.
musician at all, but he had
That's
a
true.
unique voice and perspective, and I think that
Yeah.
comes with it. So I think as hip hop continues to evolve, like you said, it's only 50 years. I think people will probably get more away from like, oh, did he right there on rap? It'd probably be more like, yo, you better get you a ghostwriter.
Yeah.
Right.
Like the whole team comes up when it may be a lyricist Grammy or something like that, and the whole team
Right.
gets to come up and enjoy that. Yeah, we got six Grammys for this one song because the lyricists were yeah.
Right. All right. What else is going on? I read an article the other day. I guess article or post or something like that, but it was from Nene Leakes, and she was I guess she was going to this whole thing. Yeah, she's still around. I think
She looks great. I don't know what kind of
than ever. Yeah, she got
You
a
said
lot of
she
got a lot
looks
of work done.
Oh, she got a lot of work done. Okay. What you said you think she's more popular now than she's ever been?
Probably. I think
Really?
she's still, yeah.
Interesting. What is she doing? What is she currently doing? Is she still doing Real Housewives of Atlanta?
I don't know. I have no clue. I mean, not popular to me, but I see her always trending for something. So I'm assuming that people still they love what she has to say, or they listen to what she has to say.
That's wild. That's wild to me. Yeah, like because we about to talk about what she had to say, but it's wild that she ain't saying stuff and people be chatting about it.
She said, if you're gonna cheat in your marriage or anything, you should cheat respectfully. And then she gave a list of what is considered cheating respectfully. And I thought like, okay, what is cheating respectfully? But then she gave like there's rules to it. Like if you the side piece, and it was like she was like, well, if you're in San Diego and we live in Chicago, all right, if I don't know, it won't hurt me, type of thing. So if you want a conference,
ignorance
you're doing
is bliss. Ignorance is bliss
type of thing. But then she also said was like if your side John or your side dude see us in public, don't approach me. Don't approach us. We together. Save 50 feet.
Know your role. That's a know your role. Yeah.
So I was like, huh. So it got people talking about like, is there not? I guess is ethical cheating. I don't even know if that makes any sense.
I don't think that like you got to really know the person that you're dealing with on either side in order for that to work. Because people feelings getting shit so quick and so easily.
But that's the thing. But also, it's other people's feelings getting y'all shit. Yeah, so it's between the two. It's between the two people or however many people you got in your relationship that matters. Like you're right. Like if I explain to my side chick, like you a side chick, know your role. If you see me with my wife out in public, do not come approach me. Do not mess this up for me because it's gonna mess it up for you too. It just depends on the individual couples and how private you are.
As much as like, you would want, if there was a certain thing of respectfully cheating or whatever it is, I think either way, someone's going to walk away with hurt feelings or a bruised ego, just because that's human nature of like how we want to feel in the situation. Even if there's some sort of understanding, at some point, someone is going to feel disrespected and then want to retaliate or whatever. That's just unfortunately how.
So retaliation would be cheating back though.
It could be a lot of things. It could be blowing up the spot. It could be cheating back. It could be like, making things really messy, difficult. Like,
well, yeah, don't like. First of all, have open communication with your partner about what's going on. That's important if you're going to be respectfully cheating.
We're not talking about you can't cheat and be open at the same time.
Right. Now, if you cheat, if you were open to your partner, that's like ethical polygamy or polyamorous, whatever it is.
Polyamory or whatever it's called. Yeah.
Polyamory, yeah.
Because then y'all in an open relationship, so that it doesn't really necessarily matter. So of course you're going to communicate because that's your thing.
Yeah.
Versus what we're talking about is actually having a side joint of your partner not knowing.
I interpret respectfully as like, I never want to be embarrassed. So like, keep me out of it or don't embarrass me. I know that sounds like really broad and a little superficial, but that's just the truth of the matter of like, I think maybe like if it's out of the country, like maybe there's some gray areas there.
Right.
make
Oh,
it up because
that was another thing she did say as a rules. Like you can't post on Instagram and give like hints that that person is with you. Like you
right.
don't do no
Yeah.
subliminal
Or
shit.
like if you're in
that
a
was another
place,
part.
if you're traveling in a place that's known for like a certain type of like lifestyle or life, like don't be like dropping pins like we out here. Like
Right. Yo, you know what I think about though is like I feel like in in a relationship like that sometimes though you will have to walk on eggshells because like depending on the other person that you're dealing with, because like you make her or him mad, ain't no telling what they gonna do in your actual relationship with your
yeah.
with your spouse. Like it's like you be like, damn, we can't even get in an argument. This bitch gonna tell her everything. What I think.
Respectfully.
Yeah, or even
She
like
mad at telling me.
the latest thing on TikTok is like if you like there'll be people are like, oh, if your man is such and such that lives in from Charlotte or whatever, you know, he was on this plane talking about this, and this, and if you have a like man going on a bachelor, and then like social media will be like, oh, like, you know, it just takes a matter of like people sharing and spreading it out to where you kind of figure out like whose man was it.
Yo, that's some dirty shit. The internet is a horrible place.
It's a terrible, terrible, beautiful world. This is a terrible and beautiful world.
Yeah, it's
telling on everybody.
Respectfully.
Yeah, I guess
one person. Oh, they must be talking about Ronald.
I can't believe Ronald out here acting a whore. That's okay.
Acting a
I guess like y'all kind of. I'm hearing what y'all saying, and like I said, communication is the key. But it like you said, y'all don't want to know. And then Shayla said, "Don't embarrass me." Like that makes a lot of sense. Like if you don't have an open relationship, but you feel the need that you have to step out on your partner, but you want to stay in the relationship, like be respectful and keep that shit a secret. And your little side chicks or side dudes, make sure that they know what you gotta communicate with them more than you do your partner. Like you cannot be blowing up my spot. This ain't gonna work for neither one of us. All three of us.
What he say, oh baby boy, I be lying to you because I love you. I tell the truth to them bitches.
Yeah, they need to know I got a main thing. But my main thing don't need to know I got some side chicks. Like that is wild.
maybe that's how you need to attack it when you're talking to your side people. You like, yo, my main person is crazy, yo. I'm trying to tell you, if she find out about, so you gotta make them feel subconscious. Right?
Yeah. Kill both of us. Wow.
You gotta make sure they believe that person won't go off and just take us all out. They take us all out. But, I don't know, but I thought it was an interesting because there was a lot of comments on
what else was on the list, like as far as
I know it was about being in different cities. If you don't know, don't tell. Can't like posting hints on Instagram, like or like everybody knows he out of town and you out of town for work, and then you post where they are. I know, don't do that on IG. I know it's like
don't have a baby.
Right.
No, that's a big one. Yeah.
Don't give me an STI.
Right, all that.
Worse than condominiums.
Right. Don't bring them back to obviously don't bring them back to the house that you share.
Oh, do not bring me back. No, you shouldn't even know her. You shouldn't even know their address. The side person should never even know the home address.
No, but they're gonna find out, boy.
They can find out, but I didn't text it to them. Look, I didn't give it to you. You can find out all you want. You can Google map me all you want, but I didn't give it to you, crazy ass.
I also think like work relationships and stuff, that's like a no. Like you don't shit where you eat.
Right.
Like
I did that and I ended up marrying her. Shit.
Well, I'm glad
I think a lot of employees find love because it's all about proximity.
Yeah, you know and there's a difference in that where like I agree, like it's proximity and it's you're going through like your trauma bonding in certain instances and all of that depending on your job functions, but at the same time like it's a respect factor and like, you know, am I gonna mess up my family's livelihood over, you know, these urges that I have, or is this something real that I feel like I can build with someone and now like I'm trying to, you know, go this route. Like you have to understand and know the difference in that. And if it's something where you like feel like you're gonna build with someone, then there's obviously like certain things you can go through HR to like establish your relationship. But if it's like on some like I'm just trying to like we just got too drunk at the holiday party or whatever, like
Right.
Yo, I've been to a lot of holiday parties, and I ain't never been to the ones that I see on TV. Never.
What ones you see on TV?
No, it's always like somebody linking up and everybody's banging each other.
Like a movie or something like that.
Yeah, I don't ever see that. Yeah, I ain't.
Allegedly, when in my years ago, early 2000, when financial banking was a different beast, they said it happened a lot. Like there was a lot of, I didn't know it, but I heard it was a lot.
For a long time, and I just didn't hear about it. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't talked about that much and it was happening, but
they were
all the not Halloween holiday parties I've ever been to been dry.
I've heard and seen some things.
Like not dry as far as alcohol, just dry as far as ain't nobody hooking up.
Right.
Ain't nobody cheating on our spouse, on our partners. This is just we gonna dance.
Rob said they used to call it holiday parties.
They used, when I was in my early 20s, fresh out of college, they used to call the place I worked at a cesspool. They said it went down all the time.
Where'd you work at Chase?
I was about to say Discover Card or some shit.
That definitely sounds like Discover Card.
I would not.
That do sound like Discover Card. That do sound like it.
It sounds a little like Chase too. It sounds a little bit like Chase too.
I think all of them. All of them.
Right. Speaking as Delawareans who worked in the credit card industry as teenagers and early 20s people. Good Lord.
Mm-hmm.
It's wild out there.
Oh, that was all we had. It was
like the banking is like if you in college and want to get a good job, or if you fresh out of high school want to get a good job, the banking industry is so prevalent in Delaware. All the banks are here, so a lot of young people be horny and bank tellers or banking.
That was the same thing for Enterprise Rent-A-Car out here. Like back in the day, Enterprise Rent-A-Car was like taking folks straight out of college, and it was just like a total like party.
Yo, remember they used to have that? They used to have a commercial where they would be like recruiting former college athletes. Y'all remember that commercial? Like, come to Enterprise after you're done bouncing that ball.
This is so crazy. When we were paying for kids, nothing. They weren't paying them very well.
But they was getting a freak on in there though, so that was part of the pay.
It was like
that was the hazard pay.
Continued college.
As long as I don't gotta go to class.
Yeah. Oh, the last thing she said, don't call your phone. Don't call me. That was the last thing she said. Don't call me, saying put my man on the phone. As a side peeps person, don't call my phone and say put my man.
Why you have my phone number?
Yeah, that's super. Yeah.
How do you get this? How do you get the main Jones phone number as a side piece? Like what we doing? You see? Oh, and another rule. Don't tell your side chick that you love her or that you're gonna leave your wife or husband for them. Like, don't do that. That's dumb. Don't do that, because that's when they find the other girl's number or the other man's number and be calling your partner.
Yeah,
that's when the feelings and the egos and the retaliation and all of that starts happening. Is like when you're not being open and honest about, the true feelings or where,
So basically, communicate with your side John, but don't communicate with your main John.
Right.
And you can cheat respectfully.
Exactly.
That's what it sounds like.
That's exactly what it sounds like. That's horrible. That's fucking terrible.
She's gonna know you better than you want.
Your whole schedule in her calendar. She know exactly where you at. Jesus. She stay at the mall. When y'all at the mall, she be at the mall. Just not talking to y'all. Jesus.
Yeah, it was on so that's what she thought. So I just wanted to say I had a lot of comments. So I just was interested to know what people thought about that, because I know I've heard about the ethical polyamory or whatever it's called. I don't know whatever
it's just called polyamory,
or the ethical non-monogamy. That's what it is. Ethical non-monogamy. That's what it was. That's the word. So I've heard of that, but I haven't heard ethical cheating because that seems like an oxymoron kind of thing.
With ethical non-monogamy, I was talking about communication. It's a lot of talking involved. You gotta talk a lot.
Yeah. I've known people who are ethical non-monogamous, and they do a lot of communication, a lot of knowing schedules. And it's an interesting. Even with
It
my
sounds
sister wives.
exhausting.
Yeah, even with like sister wives.
There's a lot of things that are exhausting though. So,
like when I watch my wife watches Sister Wives and I'm sitting there with her, I'm like,
what you say, Rob?
Even when I'm like watching like Sister Wives with my wife and all that kind of stuff, I'm like, yo, this is just too much work. Like you got 3 women, and you're like, oh, let's get another one.
I don't see. I don't see how somebody could have 3 women living in their house that they're in a relationship with.
I'd be like, yo, bro. And my man is asking for, and then sometimes it's always interesting to me the dynamic where it's the women who initiate it, like, yo, we should get a sister wife. I'd be like, yo, well, you trying to set me up?
Nah, I'd be like, oh yeah, I knew you was gay.
There's only one in the season that we are that actually it's the woman that wants the wife
black couple
for herself. No, this is a white couple. Like she's bisexual, so she's going out. Getting no lady for herself. So it's sister. That's not a sister wife, then, is it?
Right. That's her being in another relationship with a woman.
That's a different term.
That's just an open relationship.
Right.
She's practicing ethical non-monogamy.
Right. But she brings it back.
He can't have it.
Are they having like threesomes and being together with the husband, or is she just introducing him to the husband?
I don't know if they got that far. It's like secret sister wives, so they're looking for another to add partner.
Secret sister wives? Oh my god!
So it seems like it's just by saying the name of the show and how it works. It seems like the lady is going out to find a partner for the 2 of them.
Yeah, she is.
Just one couple at least.
Yeah, that's what it seems like that. But she gets to pick on her own. He don't have no say in who she picks.
Right. They gotta like it. Like they gotta have good communication. Like, hey, I'm her husband. What's going on? You ain't trying to break us up, right? You in this for the sister wife experience, not just you just want my wife type of thing.
Right.
But
go ahead, Rob. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying it's an interesting dynamic because I see, and this might just be this show. A lot of the women are like, we should really do this, and they get really invested and involved, and like when it don't work out, it's crushed. Like they're like, oh my goodness, she didn't want to be with us.
Yeah, they do be crying because the girl didn't want to be with the couple.
You know what? I think like that show was good, but it shows like just one side of non-ethical non-monogamy or polyamory. It just shows one side of it. Excuse me.
Polyamory, yeah, that's polyamory.
Yeah, it's so many different versions, and when you're a person that is polyamorous, it's kind of your own. Not that you make it up as you go along, but there's so many different versions to be polyamorous that's just one version on the screen. And I think a lot of people that aren't polyamorous look at that and like, oh, that's the way. That's what they're doing. That's how it is. But it's so many different variations. They're just showing and promoting one.
I think that those shows like they give a different aspect of it, but I feel like if anything, it just kind of helps people open their minds or expand like what that looks like, or maybe even normalize certain things. Then to your point, Lou, like you kind of just find if that's something you're interested in, you kind of find like what your way is or what you're comfortable with. But ultimately, I think it's hopefully like it's just to open people up to certain ideas, or I don't know.
Yeah,
I've never seen any of these shows though.
You should watch it. Very interesting.
I'm curious to know what the statistics are because they say 50% of divorce marriages end in divorce. I wonder what the statistics
is. More than that. It's more than that. It's like 56.
Well, that was the last one I heard was 50%. So you could say it's higher now.
It's 56. The last person I heard say it was 56%, and then he was like, and then how many relationships just stay together because of the kids? A low estimate is 10%. He was like, so there's like 66% of unhappy marriages. I hope the 3 of y'all's marriages are happy. Y'all are 33%. I
don't have any complaints.
There you go. 34%. 3 out of 3. 34%. That's awesome.
Good.
But just
I
know
can play
that it's
about everyone,
if
even the ones I'm
if
not
it's three,
married to.
if y'all 3 out of 3, it's 7 more that supposedly in either getting divorced or in unhappy relationships and just
Right.
staying for the sake of money or children or whatever. I don't know if those statistics are valid. I do believe, because we know it's over 50% are getting divorced, but I don't know. It's a weird business decision sometimes.
It's a weird business.
It is.
Yeah, because you base it off of I love this person, but it's business. Like, because you could
Yeah.
love the person and just be together. Y'all don't have to get married, but everybody's like, oh, I get a tax break and I get this and I get this because I'm married. And the people that are common law don't get those breaks. Like, they don't want to go walk down the aisle. But you got to pay to get married. You got to pay to get a divorce. I guess that's ridiculous. Why can't I just jump the broom and be done?
I mean, you could.
Yeah.
But that's common law in the state. And the government don't recognize that. So you
In
don't
California,
get.
they do.
You
Don't
don't,
they recognize
Do
that
they
in
in
California,
California?
though, right?
They do, like after 7 years.
That's what I was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know in Delaware you have to be. It's a double digit years that you have to show that you're together, and then you
It
can
might
be
10
common
years
law.
here.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's double digits, Yoda.
Yeah.
10. Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe it's 10 years. I don't know if that's true.
I think it is. I
Maybe
think
more
it's.
than that.
I think it's at least double digits. But I don't know for
What
a
they
fact.
said you got to be together 20 years. Like
That's nuts. Like, but if you got married in the first 30 days, you had all the benefits. That's nuts, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. And then they should backtrack it. Like, if I was like, if I dated my girlfriend for like 8 years and then we got married, shouldn't I get 8 years of credit? Yeah, I should say 8 years of credit.
Do you celebrate those that are married? Do you celebrate your anniversary on when you got together, or your marriage anniversary, or both?
We do both most of the time.
Yeah, I celebrated both.
We mentioned when we first started dating, but it's not like
we're going out to dinner. We're gonna have a party. Yeah.
Well, we eloped, and I always forget the day that we actually got married, but I don't forget the day that we got together. So I always like celebrate that day. And if I happen to catch it, like the day that we got married, I'll be like, "Oh yeah, throw you a little happy anniversary or whatever."
But that's weird.
If I'm
Women
like,
don't forget
oh yeah, we did. But we acknowledge the full year. So we've been together total 14 years, but married for 10.
Right.
Okay.
So I know I can't forget, because if it's New Year's Day,
Right.
that's when we.
Yeah, you did a good job with that. Yeah,
Yeah.
with the married man forgetfulness syndrome, you did great by doing it on a holiday. You nailed that.
You picked a random day.
Look, I went to Justice of the Peace when I got married, so we had to in Delaware. You got to get married on a Wednesday if you go to Justice of the Peace.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So it was just a random Wednesday in June. Our first anniversary, we forgot, but I've been divorced for going on 5 years now, and I still text her, just say have a great day, and she knows why.
Do you text her on the day that you divorced?
No, the first. So we're friendly. We're friendly now. We're definitely friends. We're definitely friends and great co-parents. So I have texted her on our divorce day just as a joke. She laughed, and but on our actual day that we celebrate our anniversary, I always just text her. I never say happy anniversary, no shit like that, because we're not married. But I just tell her have a good day, and she says the same thing back. You know. We're friends.
Did she laugh or she said LOL? Did she laugh or she
right?
She sent that. She sent the laugh. She sent the laughing emoji and said, "You're a fucking asshole." Ha ha ha.
Yeah. That's what she meant. She meant that part in the middle.
No, you know.
At least you didn't get the LOL. But if you got the LOL, then that wasn't.
Well, and like I said, me and my ex-wife are friends, so I know what to say and what not to say. You know what I mean? We're far enough removed from all the pain and shit that we're good. You know what I mean? So we can and we have joked in that way.
All right. Yeah. Well, what else is going on? Over the weekend, because this drops on Tuesday. Over the weekend, where WrestleMania came to Philadelphia and has dominated the
whole city, the whole tri-state.
The whole tri-state.
Jesus.
Shout out to Peacock for making WrestleMania not $79.99 like it used to be back in the day when pay-per-view was a thing.
Just had to do it $4.99. You
Right.
Pay your monthly subscription. You can cancel that shit next week. Yes. Go ahead and watch it. Did anybody watch it?
I did. I watched
WrestleMania? No.
majority of it. I watched majority of it
No.
last night.
Shayla, do you like wrestling, or is this something you're gonna be silent on?
I mean, I don't know. You're talking about like Hulk Hogan stuff, right? Like with the drama.
Yes.
You were holding back the Hulk Hogan.
Was Hulk Hogan there? Is he still wrestling?
Is he still wrestling?
No.
Is he involved at all? Is he involved at all?
Oh, not so far. But you couldn't go with The Rock.
The Rock. But The Rock, he came back. Did he come back?
You forget that he was a wrestler because he does so much acting.
Yes.
Now he's like trying to run for president or whatever he's doing. So
I think that's
Stone Cold Steve Austin too, right?
Yeah, he's done. He's done too. Though Steve Austin is done as well. You got a whole new book cast of characters. Well, not all, because The Rock did come back last night.
Some of the women look all right on
you
there.
know, I would get into it again. I think that's something my kids would enjoy or find fun. So I would get into it with them. I would watch it with them.
Yeah, it definitely is a spectacle. That's because it was funny because when I was a little, I loved wrestling. And then I forgot about it. And then in college, I love wrestling again. I was like, this is crazy. Yeah. And then I forgot
what was happening, Rob. What was happening when you fell back in love with it in college? Who was popular back then?
I don't even know who it was. It was just, I think The Rock was. Actually, I think at this point.
That's right. The Rock has been about 20, 25 years in the game. Yeah, you're right about that.
So I think it was The Rock, Stone Cold. You still had The Undertaker and all that kind of people. They were still doing that kind of stuff. So it's but it was just, I don't know why. I think it was just because it was a young guy. I don't know what it was. But I mean, video games, wrestling, college, it all seems to be bundled in there.
Gotcha.
And then I still don't really watch it dedicated now. I just happen to know that The Rock was wrestling. So I was like, let me check it out, because they made this big deal about the lead up for him at WrestleMania. And he been posting about it. So I was like, let me check it out. And then the fact that it's in Philly kind of was cool.
Spoil it for us. Did he win? Did The Rock win, or did he get beat?
They won. There was a tag team match. It was him and his cousin. I don't know if it's his actual cousin, but they say his cousin, which they call the Bloodline, which is like a bunch of, I guess, Samoan
wrestlers.
They all have the shared bloodline. So Roman Reigns and The Rock are cousins. So they won against Cody Rhodes, which was
I don't know these people.
Dusty Rhodes' son.
Dusty Rhodes' son.
Yeah. Big old Dusty. DDT Dusty. DDT was my favorite move back in the day, bro. Put that girl in that or the dude in the headlock. Bang!
Why you should put that girl in
because it was always my little sister. I put my little sister in the DDT a whole fucking lot. Like, so I always say I was practicing for the big matches with my friends. It's bullying your little sister. Yeah, I don't condone it. I try to keep my son away from doing that to my daughter, because I know how terrible I was to my little sister growing up. Because she definitely got put in a figure four. She got hurt. Like, it was a lot. It was dangerous for her back in the wrestling days.
Yeah. So WrestleMania is 2 nights. So they won. So it was The Rock, Roman Reigns against Cody Rhodes and Sean freaking Rollins, I think that's the name. I don't know. Don't quote me on it. But they went together. They fought to determine the rules between Roman Reigns and Dusty Rhodes, who fights tonight, Sunday night, which is Sunday night, night 2. So they won. So now you have bloodline rules. So anything goes type of thing goes tonight. And they kept on making the point that The Rock is on the board of
He cheating.
He's on the board of WrestleMania. So
that's kind of trash. You can't do that. He got conflict of interest.
So he would pull out the referee and be like, "I will fire you right now."
Also, The Rock is a bad guy now. The Rock is a bad guy.
Which was part of his whole shtick back when he was actually The Rock. He was kind of a heel.
I feel like he was borderline. I feel like he was like the best. Like, people booed him because they loved him. You know what I mean? Like,
well, you always had that crossover where you started kind of bad, and as your popularity grew, you became
you
went from the villain to the hero. And then,
but Shayla, speaking of Hulk Hogan used to be, eat your vitamins type of Hulk Hogan and do it for the children Go on, brother. And then he went rogue. Yeah, remember how Hulk Hogan was really a bad dude for like 10 years. He was like the worst. He was one of the worst villains I ever remember. And then now he good again. Now he got the red and the gold on for America.
Well,
listen, I cannot watch wrestling as an adult because the shit is so stupid.
Well, that's the whole. It's like anything. Like somebody said, it's because somebody posted like, "Yo, people, adults out here watching wrestling, adults out here watching soap operas." And
I was going to say it's the same thing, just with a little bit of action. Just a little action in there. Yeah.
I don't watch soap operas either.
Right, but I'm saying that there's a whole lot.
Bah humbug.
We are determined. We determined a long time ago. We still determined what you actually do. We like, what do you do for fun?
he be yucking your yum, bro. That's what he be. That's his fun. Like, let me tell you how much I hate wrestling. I don't like soap operas either. Telenovelas, fuck a telenovela. Hablo es lo. Like,
it's funny though.
Bah humbug.
Because they was playing wrestling on TNT last night too, and for some reason, like when I woke, I don't know what I was watching.
Like the lesser ones, like the lesser wrestling.
Yeah. Like so, like dude, this is terrible. This is just
definitely terrible. Which makes it intense because they went on for a good half an hour this fight. Oh, but also, I don't know if this was history maker, but they had three. It was a tag team match between the women. It was a women tag team match, and they had three black women in the ring at the same time.
And that was history. They made history.
But it looked. I know Jade. She's new to the WWE, but she's been promoted the heck out of it because she came over from another joint. She signed a big deal to join the WWE, but she made her debut at WrestleMania, and it was as expected. Yeah, she's. I think she's also an AKA, I believe. But yeah.
So this is kind of wrestling adjacent. I watched the new Roadhouse. Yeah, do you guys remember Roadhouse?
Yeah, I watched that the other day.
Yeah, I have heard the new one.
I saw the new one with Jake Gyllenhaal yesterday.
Like Jilly Giles. Jake Jilly Giles is my guy.
It's interesting.
Yeah, it doesn't. So, did you see the first one? How did it compare?
I like the first one.
I don't know if I saw the first. I don't remember the first one. I know it was older, right?
I be feeling like every time a new version of something comes out, you got to see the first one just to catch it, just to be familiar. But I guess you don't have to, but it always feels like you should.
Well, I think what they always do, because I saw both of them, I think they always try to make, especially nowadays, they try to make the character a little more fleshed out, I guess. They want to make him a little more sadder, a little more like, wow, this is why I'm here type of thing. I'm a little more layered, I guess, in terms of who he is as a person. Where last time I was like, yeah, I'm an ex-CIA guy and I'm here to bust some ass. This would have a little more.
It's got a little more depth.
Yo, if they remake this Patrick Swayze movie, I want to see Big Trouble in Little China. Why can't they remake that?
Was that Patrick Swayze?
Yo, that was my shit right there.
Patrick Swayze and Kirk Russell, they the same. They kind of the same
guy. You want your drop?
Yeah, give me my drop. They look a lot of white actors and actresses look the same to me. I'm sorry.
Yeah. We're gonna play that game one day. Can you identify who this actor or actress is?
I'm gonna lose that, man. I do not know. I'll be naming them all. But you know what? I think I could name them if I saw their faces. No, because I definitely thought Patrick Swayze was in Roadhouse. I definitely thought that. Is that
Patrick Swayze is in Roadhouse? Yes,
but Patrick Swayze is also in Big Trouble in Little China.
That's Kurt Russell.
No, Kurt Russell. We just told him he's still confused.
I know. I still fuck that shit up.
You know what? There's an actor that I get mixed up with Jake Gyllenhaal, and I can't think of his name right now, but there's another actor that I always interchange the two of them.
Thank you, Shay. I appreciate it.
Was it Joaquin Phoenix, maybe?
Now he the one with the scar, right?
I don't know if he got a scar.
Bokeem Woodbine.
Bokeem Woodbine and Jake Gyllenhaal is the same person? That's crazy. They don't know nothing alike.
No, it's the one that played Spider-Man. The one that played Spider-Man.
Hemsworth?
Tobey Maguire.
No,
Tobey Maguire. Toby and Jake, I always mix them.
Oh shit! For real. Damn.
Yeah, I can see, especially back in the day. Now Jake.
Remember when they had that movie together, And like they're either brothers or best friends, and one had gone off to war, and then the other stayed and was like sleeping with his girl.
Oh,
That's
shit.
where I got confused. Like they were in the same movie, and I was like,
Yeah, I can see that.
Low key,
But,
Sandra Bullock
that's
and Julia Roberts
Here-
could get
here
me
you
confused.
No.
what about Julia Roberts?
Sandra Bullock and Julia Roberts look totally different.
They don't. They the same person.
when I see Sandra Bullock, I think this is what Michael Jackson was trying to get to. Like this is where he was trying to look at. That's who he was trying to look like.
Like
They kind of, yeah, he was trying to look like Sandra Bullock to
They
me.
do got favor.
Not Julia Roberts. I feel like he looked more like Julia Roberts. Not Julia Roberts.
No, he looked more like Sandra
Julia-
Bullock than Julia Roberts.
Julia Roberts was in
Pretty
Speed.
woman.
No,
Julia
that's
Roberts-
Sandra Bullock, bro. Julia
Sandra
Roberts is
Bullock
a
was
pretty
in
woman. Julia
Not
Roberts is a pretty
Sandra.
woman.
Sandra Bullock wasn't in Pretty Woman.
No,
Not Sandra
just let it
Bullock.
go. No, you don't know anything about it.
Yeah,
You
moving
got all
on.
these people
Moving
wrong.
on. Moving on. Let's just
So,
move
are
on.
you guys going to look at the eclipse tomorrow?
Oh, good question.
I'm not. I don't have the glasses, so probably not. I
You
can't
could
look
still
directly at
go out. Don't look directly at it. You could turn around and still be a part of it. But it
What do
happens.
you do? You turn around and you look at it through your phone or something?
I heard you can do that, but they say not like you should kind of record it and not look at it, but turn around when it's happening if you don't have the glasses, or they be doing them pinhole things where you can see it through the pinholes if you turn around.
And we might
But
have,
yeah,
we
this-
might have glasses at work. I
Well,
don't know
if I'm
because
not
they did
mistaken-
put it on the calendar as a whole. Go outside and watch it.
Yeah, I think everybody should
Yeah.
do it. They said the next time that happens is going to be like 20 years from now, and it's only going in America. It's only going to be in like North and South Dakota and Montana. But this one, like
Especially
everybody
like,
gets
it's
to
gonna
see
be a
it.
full
Yeah.
eclipse.
No, we don't. We get
Yeah, I meant
88%.
it's like
We're gonna get 80. We're gonna get 88%. But like in Buffalo, New York, or Erie, Pennsylvania, by the Great Lakes, they're gonna get full totality, and then down. But it's like all up and down through the middle of the country, like 100-mile wide. Everybody in that little patch will get to see it if they want.
And they said a
Yeah,
lot
I
of
think-
people are like flying to places and
Yeah, I think
Because
Delta did
it don't happen, man. Like stuff like this,
Yeah,
it's a
but-
miracle. Not a
but I
miracle,
think
but
Delta-
it's
Delta's
a
actually-
To
phenomenon.
me personally, it feels like how it's like International Donut Day, like every 3 months,
right.
and they're
But
always
the
like
last-
International Donut Day. I
But
feel
the
like
last eclipse happened
another solar
It was 7 years ago. It was 7 years ago.
That's not that hard, though.
But National Donut Day is every year. It's not seven. It's not every 7
3
years.
times a year, Lou. It's
It
3
was,
times
it was
a year.
7 years. Okay.
National
It was
Donut
7
Day is 3 times a year.
I swear, every time I open up the app, somebody is celebrating National Donut Day.
But it's not every 3 months. The eclipse happens every 7 to 20 years.
Well, today is
feels
National
so
Beer
weird.
Day, so there's that. Today is
Oh.
National Beer Day. Sunday,
Cheers.
April 7th, is National Beer
That's
Day.
right.
So, cheers.
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 Yeah. I think Delta had a flight from Texas to Indiana or something like that you can fly. But I don't know.
Oh,
being
and
in
see
the
this
air,
and
does
see it.
Does that help if you're in the air? I think that'd be harder though.
Well, when it happened,
You probably had to definitely wear the glasses because there's no cloud
Like,
cover.
you
You can get above the clouds.
If you have visibility, because if there's clouds, you're just gonna be in
Right.
clouds.
But if you can get above the clouds in a plane, right?
But
Yeah.
Can't you?
sometimes, like if you fly from Chicago to California, it's straight up fog. Like you are flying in the clouds. You don't see anything.
Oh, really?
Interesting. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Certain times of the year.
I never knew that. All right.
So are you
That's
gonna?
like one of
Is
my
anybody
biggest
checking
fears.
out the eclipse? I plan on doing it. Anybody?
Yeah,
I'm going to.
I'm gonna go outside. It's on our calendar to go outside. So
Right.
if it's on our calendar,
I
I'm
probably
out
would have
there.
been. I probably would have been going outside anyway around that time because I stopped working by then. When
Okay.
I'm
They actually
working, when I'm working from
they
home.
put it on there and said, "Come out and check it out." They put it in a parking lot, so we're going. Maybe they'll have glasses for us. We'll see.
I think they will. If they ain't promoting it at your job, I think they will have
Yeah,
some
they will.
Yeah,
glasses.
they're gonna have.
Well, I can't just wear
protective
regular
glasses.
glasses and look at it.
I don't think you can. I
No,
was
it's
asking that
you
question. I'm
have
not
to have
sure.
Certain grade glasses. It's like iOS or something. I don't know. It's just-
What if I
Yeah,
sit
we
in my
got-
car? They tend to.
We had some glasses for the last eclipse. Was that? But was that a lunar eclipse or this is a solar eclipse? Like,
That
what
was
the
a
difference
lunar.
between the-
Yeah, that was
a
a
lunar
lunar.
eclipse. Was
So that's
like
the moon is in
7 days.
front, or the moon is in the
Yeah,
back,
yeah.
and then the solar
Yeah,
eclipse, the
some
moon
shit
is in
like
front. Oh, okay.
You have to get CE and iOS certified glasses, and those are the like they kind of look like those 3D ones where it's like,
Okay. Ain't iOS? Ain't that Apple?
listen, man, I don't really know what it stands for.
Yes, you do. That's the Apple system.
But yeah, iOS is the system.
Ignorant old shit. iOS.
Yeah, that's it, Lou.
Mhm.
Sandra Bullock.
Who is it again?
Yeah, but going back to Roadhouse, it was pretty good. I like Jessica Williams. Jessica Williams was in there as well when they were in Key West. I don't remember if they were in Key West in the first one. I don't remember 100% sure. But I think emotionally, and it might be because I was younger. I thought the first one was cooler. And Patrick Swayze was like the man back in those days. But I mean, it was enjoyable if you like. I mean, because they had Conor McGregor was also in it. So if you are a May guy, you like Conor, and he brought all his Conor McGregor.
He just was like,
They was like, be you. They was like, be yourself, sir. That's all you have to do. Be yourself. You just got to call. We're going to call a different name, but you just be yourself.
Yeah, and that's what they did. He said, be your character, but we're going to change the name up. Oh, I got that.
How much we get paid for this? I'm doing it.
Yeah. So
that's funny.
So if you're not overthinking it, then it's a good time. Don't be trying to analyze it and be like, oh yeah, oh man.
Don't, like, it's completely unbelievable. So it's like you have to go in knowing that fact that like
impossible white man movie. It's an impossible white man movie.
Right. Yeah. There was one.
How many people he fighting at one time? He fighting like eight, 9, a double digit.
I think it was like 4 or 5. It was a reasonable amount, I guess.
Okay. At least 4 or 5. 4 or 5. Look, I'm gonna tell you what, man. I'm gonna tell you what. If I got 4 other motherfuckers with me and we jumping one dude, he better not beat us, man.
No,
I gotta get
right.
I gotta get in the Matrix. It was 100 of them motherfuckers. He beat all.
We don't live in the Matrix, man.
You gotta wait your turn.
No, the scene for me was like when, sorry to spoil it for anybody, but when he got like hit by a car and then fell in the lake with the car and then like walked home, like took a shower and like went to bed, put a little ice pack on him, and then like the next thing he was like getting beat up by a dude and was like limping and could barely stand, and I was like, word, like you gonna get hit by this car, but then
into a lake. Hit by a car into a lake. That's painful.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
You can't take.
Yeah. It was a lot of things that was like, oh, come on, guy.
Right.
Can't be fun.
It's how it's supposed to be.
Watch.
It's definitely how it's supposed to be. Yeah, for sure.
Right.
That's good. That's good.
I don't know. The fighting is like mental, so it's just whatever headspace you're in is gonna, I guess. I don't know.
And there's actual ethical fighting. So if you are a group of 5 people fighting one person, you always want to wait your turn and see if you can.
Did you say ethical fighting?
So it's basically a one-on-one. It's basically a one-on-one, but you gotta fight 5 dudes at.
You gotta like tag out.
Nah, we fighting at once, man. We fighting all that. We gonna jump his ass.
If you do it that way, you the 5th guy, and you get your ass whooped like he all tired, then you just never even got. You should have never. Even
Why are you 5th? Why are you 5th? You should have been first.
That is why you're 5th. Though. You're 5th because you were the weakest link. That's why.
Nah, I feel like being the weakest link, you gotta go first or second, so you could bob and weave and tire him out. Like just run around real quick. Run around. Take these punches so 3, 4, and 5 could whoop his ass.
All right, but
that's crazy.
They normally think the first person could beat him, and then they be like, "Oh, it's not." He could.
That's why he goes second. Because the first person is the biggest challenger, so he's gonna be winded, and now we're gonna wind him even more. But second, you're gonna get your ass whooped. Why don't nobody just kick in the balls, man? I don't like this ethical fighting shit. Like unethical, my ass.
Because there's rules in fighting. You're not supposed to fight dirty.
That is not.
In street fighting, there's rules in street fighting.
There's no rules in fighting.
Well, because even if they would have came at him at the one time, he would have said "ah" and threw them all off at first.
Oh, right. He would have hawked them.
Right, and then as they start whipping up on them. So, hey, what else is? I think that's. Is there anything else?
Yo, I want to say just one thing. It's on a personal note. Like I told you guys last week, my father-in-law passed away. Everybody, if you are over 25 years old, write a will. If you got a car, if your only possession is a car, write a will. Write a will today. Like, just please write. Yeah, get yourself some life insurance. Put a beneficiary on the life insurance. Put an alternate beneficiary on life insurance, because sometimes the beneficiary will pass away before you do. So you want to have somebody secondary or even tertiary on your as a beneficiary, but definitely write a will. It will save a lot of people some trouble and anguish, and family members break up. Family members become unfamily member
Yeah.
after
Someone passes.
someone passes that they think has more money than they actually know. So I speak from experience. I had a rough weekend.
All right.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
It's
that
okay.
is terrible, but that is definitely good information. Write a will, even if it's not even illegal. I mean, you ain't gotta go to a lawyer. You can write it.
Yeah,
Right.
you can write it on you can write it on a napkin and somebody sign it and y'all date it. It's a will.
Yep.
It's legal.
Yep.
You don't have to go to a lawyer. It can cost you as much as a piece of paper and a pen and having a friend be sitting next to you and sign it. Just write it down and make sure somebody knows.
Put in it, like go to ChatGPT.
Right.
True.
Type it into there and like have them put like some prompts in there so you have.
It's no reason that we just gave y'all no reason to not have one. And life is not promised. Life is the most fragile thing that we think lasts forever. Life does not last forever. You can die tomorrow. Make sure you got your shit in order so that your family ain't fighting over you.
Thanks.
Yeah. All right. Anything else before we get out of here?
Tierra Wax album is still the best of 2024.
After Vulture.
I think Cowboy Carter would tell you. I think Cowboy Carter.
Yeah, I mean the sales will, but not the artistry.
Robert,
I think they would say the same thing.
I mean, they're beehivers. Like if you generally just listen to both projects, there's no way. There's no way. Not in my opinion.
You sound like a whacker. You sound like a whacker. You sound like a whacker.
That's true. I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
That's what they call
I'll give you that. No, they don't. A wacko. It's a wacko. But I'll give you that. I am biased, which I think you're biased as well. But
I listened to both projects.
I'm a stand. I did too. I look, I did. I had to. It was a homework assignment from you.
I listened to Tierra Wax. I listened to Beyonce. I haven't listened to a Beyonce album since freaking.
Wow, B-Day. Like B-Day.
Yeah, probably. Yep. Is that what
Shayla, did you get a chance to listen to the new one?
A little bit. I haven't gotten into it fully, but I will. I don't think there's any comparison. I think both artists are great. Beyonce's album is just another Beyonce album. I wouldn't controversy here, but like I wouldn't consider it country. I think it has country elements to it. And it was long as hell. Like longest album. So still getting through them.
So Shayla, would you we asked this question last week. Would you consider it like when she goes up for awards? Do you think she's going to get like pop and R&B nominations as well as country? Since you said it's more R&B.
I think she'll get country nominations, especially for the ones where she had collabs with like full-on country artists. But I don't know. We may see that like they do away with those titles or like those I don't know. Like they might do away with that and just have it be solely on the artist and what their body of work.
Now, if Beyonce can blur the genres and be like, we don't even have no genres no more, we're just gonna do best whatever, and she may be the greatest if she could do that shit. But
how would they do that without genres though? Like, what would the categories be?
Best music, best lyrics,
everything would be best music. If they already got best lyrics,
but then it would be like 15 nominations for each category.
Yeah.
Well, that's fine. Then you.
I don't know. I just personally, I didn't walk away from that album being like, that's a country album. I was just more of that's a Beyonce album. Like that's just.
Well, and she said the same thing. She said it's not.
I don't know.
She said it's not a country album. It's a Beyonce album. She said that, or like before it dropped, she told people.
Did she?
But I think she put it. Yeah, she put it in a whole. It was a whole speech she gave. She was like, "This is not a country album. It's a Beyonce album," and she gave you what she wanted, and she put it in the country category because of what happened in 2016.
That level of petty is great. I love that level of petty.
Me too. I strive for that level of petty.
Yes, yeah, that's great. That's great. I hope she does get nominated for only country. I know you said it doesn't sound like a country album, but I hope that's the only thing she accepts.
Whatever she
nominations
set out to
for.
accomplish, I hope she gets it.
She can get nominated in the country category for the specific songs, but maybe not the album itself.
True.
Well, she had enough because she had enough country elements in there to say It's
This
the
is a country album, yeah.
because country has blurred so many lines as well that they don't want to admit nowadays.
Yeah.
So it's like
Some country music got a
country is
lot of
rough.
R&B and hip hop in it now.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
I mean, because I went to see Jelly Roll in concert. He was like, "Yo, I grew up listening to NWA, and like,
Right.
okay, this is what he grew up listening to. So this is the country music this is
Yeah.
what influenced his country music.
Which is
so
why it
it's
sounds
like,
like he rapping when he do his
Got
music.
you. Okay.
right. So it's like, yeah, come on, guys. And if you can accept somebody from Redden, PA, or Canada, or New Zealand, or Australia as a country artist, then you can accept the lady from Texas.
Or Milton, Milton, Delaware.
I don't understand. I don't understand how you gotta be from the South to be a country singer. Like that doesn't even make any sense. But the whole world can listen to country music. Like shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter where you.
Everybody got
the whole world could
country,
be a
like
rapper.
got a country in them, you know?
Yeah,
Right.
everybody got a country. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I mean,
That's
Delaware
dumb.
technically country, but it's not in the South, but it is country.
We get called country all the time when we meet people from out of town that ain't never been to. Oh, I thought that was just farming. Like, no, it's just half the state that's farming. That's weird.
Right. Yeah.
Do some research.
All right. Before we go, we all like to know how people can find everybody on these worldwide webs, but we also want to thank Shayla for being a special guest host today.
Hey,
Thank you for having me. It's so fun. It's so great to
Thanks
see
for
you
coming
guys.
on. Thanks for coming on. Appreciate
It's so great to see you too, Shayla.
Before we go, we want to know how people can find all about.
I'm Shayla. I'm Mom's a Beer. You can
worldwide
find
webs, all the social media.
Rob's delayed.
I was still
Wait,
talking.
what?
Yeah, I think I am delayed.
You said it twice.
Okay.
Go ahead, Shayla.
So should I go? Okay. I'm Shayla. I'm Mom's a Beer. You can find me on Instagram at Mom's a Beer.
All right.
Cool.
You go.
You can find me at IM302YODA on IG.
All right. Lou?
My name is Lou Belgium. I'm on them Instagrams. Dora the Explorer.
All right. You listen to the pod. You can follow Brews and Banter Podcast on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, or X at Bruising Banter Podcast. You can even go at TikTok as well. We're there every now and then. You can listen to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, anywhere you listen to podcasts. You can say, Alexa, play Bruising Banter Podcast, because we are there as well. You can also go to www.bruisingbanter. Get you some merch if you want. The store is live again, so check it out. Get you some.
Live.
New stuff is coming out. New stuff is coming on there too, right?
Yeah,
So
you can support the podcast by
open for
going
that.
there. You can support the podcast going there, or smashing that like button on Instagram or Facebook and YouTube. Or write a rate and review on the podcast platform that you listen to. That definitely will show your support for the program.
You know what else? If you're a fan of the show and you think that we need to interview a brewery or a brewer or just somebody in general, tag them and let us know, because we don't know until we know.
Yeah, there you go. If you want to follow me, Rob Stay Bruising, here it is. Bing, 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 bing. This has been episode 245. It is.
He's such a hater, man. Like, I don't know. Like, he's such a fucking hater, man. Why you do that to your brother all the time? Like, it's your brother, full through and through. And let him. Shayla, that's what it is.
Word, I just found out he only claimed me as his brother yesterday. We was with a couple people yesterday, and it was like, "Yo, brothers." What he always just be like, they was like, he always just be like, "Nah, Yoda can't make it." He'll never say my brother can't make it. He'll be like,
because you're not his brother in the Bruising Banter universe. You his co-host.
Man, that's crazy.
Well,
you're doing it right.
It's been said enough times on here that your brother. I mean, they ain't really listening.
They're not downloading. They're not downloading at all. Yeah. So call them out for that next time, Yoda. Don't look at your brother. Look at them and say, "When the last time you heard an episode?"
You would have been known.
That's funny.
Because a lot of people have asked this question a lot, so it's been mentioned quite a few times on the podcast.
Like since at least since episode 3, the world has known.
Yeah,
and we had 245. Yeah, so for sure.
This has been episode 245. Until next time,
have a good week, everyone.
Peace.
Bye.
Bye.